All right, guys, today we're going to write equations of lines, writing equations of lines. You should have done this before. Hopefully, just a good review. All right, first of all, it says write an equation of the line, should say line, that passes through 4, 2, that point, and has a slope of -3. Now, the whole deal today is going to be about something called point-slope form, which looks just like this. You should have seen this before. That's a point-slope form. And the reason it's called point-slope is because the only information you need to graph this, to write the equation of the line is a point and the slope. And then we know both of those. Remember, slope is m, and this y1 and x1 represent the coordinates of the point. So I'm going to say y minus the y coordinate, put the slope here, x minus the x coordinate. Now, that's it, except you need to put your answer in slope-intercept form, which is going to take 2 steps. First step is we're going to distribute that -3. And the last step is we're going to move that 2 to the other side, add it to the 12 over here, make it 14, and there it is, equation of the line. Next thing they're going to do too is they're going to give you a graph and have you find the equation of that line. Now, remember, we need 2 things. We need the point and the slope. We have a couple of points. To get the slope, I'm just going to count. Remember, slope is rise over run. Let me change colors here. To get from this point to this point, I would rise -2, that's my rise, and I would run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So my slope is going to be -1/4. And you can pick either point you want to. I'm going to pick 5, 0 just because there's a 0 in it. I'm going to do the same formula. Y minus the y coordinate is the slope times x minus the x coordinate. Y minus 0 is just y. I'm going to distribute the -1/4, and I'm done. If you do -1/4 times -5, you really just multiply the numerators together. They're both negative, so it becomes positive 5/4. And there's that one. More. Okay, this is the same one we just did, except it's not a graph. They're going to give you 2 points, and that's going to find the equation again. So you got to have the slope. So to find the slope, hopefully remember this, you do y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. That's a formula from the past. Doesn't matter which one y2, y1 is. I'm going to go the easiest way. So I'm going to do that 2 is my y2. So I'm going to do 2 minus -4. Now, if I use that 2 first on my numerator, I've got to use the 15 first on my denominator. So I'm going to do 15 minus 5. My numerator is going to be in 6. The denominator is going to be 10. That reduces to 3/5. So there's my slope. And I got to pick a point. Neither point looks that great. I'm going to go with those numbers, both a little smaller than 15. So I'm going to pick that one. I'm going to do y minus the y coordinate. Now, the y coordinate is actually negative. If I do y minus -4, it's the same thing as y plus 4. So you really just do the opposite. Slope goes in the front, 3/5 times x minus 5. Because that's the x coordinate up here. So over here, I'm going to distribute the 3/5, 3/5 x. If I do 3/5 times 5, the 5's cancel. Just leaves me with -3. One more step, let's move that 4 to the other side. If I move that 4 over, it gives me -7. And there you go. All right, 2 more things here that I need you to remember from hopefully Algebra 1 or probably even geometry. It says write an equation on a line that goes through 2, 5 and is parallel. Now, if 2 lines are parallel, think about it. If 2 lines are parallel and never intersect, they have to have the same slope. So if I'm looking at that equation, it's in slope-intercept form already. Remember, slope-intercept form, by the way, y equals mx plus b. I hadn't put that up here. I just assumed you probably know that one, but y equals mx plus b. The slope was actually -4. So there's my slope. There's my point. Same old thing. Here we go. Y minus the y coordinate. Slope times x minus the x coordinate. Get y minus 5 is -4x plus 8. Last thing, just move this 5 over. If I move the 5 over, it becomes 13. And there you go. And finally, last thing, same thing we just did, except one change, and that is the change in the word parallel to perpendicular. Now, perpendicular is kind of weird. The slope of perpendicular lines are opposite reciprocals. Opposite reciprocals. So the slope of this line is 1/2. The opposite of +1/2 is -1/2, and the reciprocal of 1/2 is 2. So that's going to be my slope right there. I'm going to do slope -2, and there's my point. And again, point-slope form again. Y minus the y coordinate, the slope times x minus the x coordinate. And for the last time, we're doing 2 steps here. Distributing the -2 and moving this 2 to the other side. Add it to the 12, gives me 14. Got it. Hope that's a review for you guys. Hope that wasn't too bad. We'll work on it in class tomorrow if it was, or even if it wasn't. We're still going to work on it anyway. We'll be great at it before you leave. All right. See you then.